Davening takeaway, Likkutei Torah Bamidbar, Daf Yud Zion, 17th page. On this daf, we see that the Rebbe is describing the concept of melech harimam, as we say in the blessings of Krishma, that the idea that Hashem, as he is far removed from all kinds of intellectual perception, as we've mentioned in other times, it's really Hashem's malchus, that from that, a glint, an array from that is what brings about all the conscious existence and creation as we know it. And we're meditating on those amazing things and then Hashem's oneness through that. And so we see that in this mimer, it's focusing on the idea that the kingship, just like a king is far removed from his people. And so in many ways, the king is a makif level from the people, meaning that the people don't directly perceive the king on a daily basis, yet they do know he's there. And so too, Hashem, for his malchus, and this malchus that affects all created existence, or all, creative in loosely terms, created existence, this is also in a level of makif, and to the point where this malchus can go as high as malchus to ein sof. And at these high levels, we have a situation where it is a level of makif to us, that our quote unquote normal human senses, the way our nefesh is through our intellectual process, our emotional process, etc., we do not have a perception of it. Yet the mimer goes and tells us that we have higher levels of our neshama, and that's the yechida, and those levels do perceive that level of malchus. And so as it's explained in the mimer, just like in Daniel, the Daniel's chaverim, they did not see the vision that Daniel had, but it says that their mazel did. And this yechida level is called their mazel. And so even though they did not see it, there was an effect that trickled down, and they had a tremendous awe and fear that came about them. And they weren't exactly knowing where that came from, whereas Daniel, knowing what's going on, did understand that. And so too, when we're dealing with Hashem and davening, and we're trying to approach Hashem as king, we need to lock into those higher levels of the neshama, and then that will trickle down and give us inspiration in the davening, as the mimer itself says, that when we have a minyan, and with the minyan, we have now an increased level of godliness present, a level of kedusha that's present in the minyan that will affect a higher sensitivity. Suddenly we may have a greater sense of love or awe of Hashem. Inspiration will come through that, even though we may not recognize where it's coming from. It's a level of makif.